Today's tip, I want to talk about your certainty on what you're talking about. Several videos ago, I mentioned when I first started this series off that I had a pact or a policy with myself that I would not communicate something that I didn't know worked. I tried it. I verified the fact that this was workable before I would communicate it, because I saw a lot of speakers stand on stage and they would study something, or they'd read it in a book, or they'd go to a seminar, and then they would go repeat what they'd read or they'd had in the seminar, but they never went out in life and tried it. And so this brings up a level of what I call certainty. What are you certain about? Because when we speak, if we're not sure if what we're saying is true, we have a tendency to hold back ourselves from the audience. And what we want to be able to do is speak without hesitation or reservation on the subject. Speak with a full commitment that we believe the subject we're talking about. Because if we're unsure, we may say something and somebody may in the audience may go, stand up and go, "That's wrong," or "You're a liar." Your worst nightmare is somebody stands up and calls you a liar on the stage. So, but the truth of the matter is, if we have those considerations in the back of our head, we will withhold our energy, we will withhold our intention from the audience. And to be an effective speaker, you have to be 100% in on it when you speak to the audience. So I had this question I asked myself about what am I certain about? And I would get a topic, speech topic I was going to speak on, and I had to create my own certainty on that subject. I had to have a high level of certainty. Now, there's very few things in life that I'm 100% on. There's a couple I'll share with you. One of them is gravity. I'm pretty certain about gravity. I violated the laws of gravity several times, and gravity always won. Okay, so that's one of the things I'm pretty certain about. I'm pretty certain about the fact that the sun comes up every morning. Okay, that's been a reliable action that's happened every day of my life. The sun comes up reliably every morning. I'm pretty certain on that. So it's not a situation where we have to have 100% certainty, but we have to have handled the real doubts or issues, reservations that we have. So if you get a topic you're speaking on, and this happens quite often for me when I'm given a subject I need to speak on. Somebody else has written a subject, or it's a topic that I've been asked to speak about, and I'll go through and read this, and there's some things that won't necessarily make sense. What's important is that I take the time to go research that or ask the questions and find out what the facts are in that, so I can understand that point, so I can speak that point with a tremendous amount of certainty. And when I haven't done this, it's been devastating. I'm a good speaker, but I'm not a good speaker on every subject. And I really had to figure out what subjects I could speak well on and what subjects I needed to stay away from. And I've been hired a number of times because people knew me for my speaking ability, but I didn't know the subject matter. And those are hard-won lessons, but they were lessons that were won, and I do now know them. Coming back around to picking a speech topic, if you assess in your life, what is it you're really certain about? What concepts or ideas, principles, values are you really certain about? I talked earlier about in my philosophies of life that I am very certain if I want to have friends, I need to be a friend. I can't expect someone to be my friend if I'm not going to be their friend. That's something I have a high level of certainty on. So doing this little exercise gave me a number of subjects that I could speak on that were good, effective subjects. So what I'm going to recommend to you is do an assessment in your life. What things are you really certain on? And if you also have a high level of uncertainty, stay away from those subjects or study them and develop the certainty so you can speak on them. But to be an authentic speaker, you need to speak with a high level of certainty on the subjects that you're speaking about. And to find those subjects, you can reverse that and say, what subjects do I have a high level of certainty on? And there's some subjects I can speak on. And we can grow that as well. I hope you found this helpful. I will see you next week. Thank you.